Jimmy has no idea what pictures we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. We were talking about dick photos.
Dick photos?
Oh, you
Showing each other our dick photos.
Well, again, I don't have the fisheye lens on the camera, so I can't help you.
Jim showed us his, and it was quite magical.
I know, but that was just because Chris did. I thought all the guys were doing it.
Yeah, yeah, because I grew up in a time where it was okay to send your dick out. It was like a way to prove you were straight, to send your penis out to your friends. But I know you from
In
a
a
different
Wham
time.
T-shirt, you're saying that? This guy.
I know.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm slightly. I'm a little bit older than you, so we would just do a little, a kind of courtroom sketch artist.
Yeah.
And we would give them sort of a sense of it.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's
I mean,
cool
it must
too.
have been very difficult in the Impressionist era.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, no, I'm glad we've moved on from it, though.
Yeah.
I'm glad
It was uncomfortable.
I'm glad that we've moved past.
I don't think we've met Budget Art Garfunkel. It's nice. It's like, I wonder what Jim would look like with hair. Oh, there it is.
Have you guys
better
not
without.
met or no?
I don't think we've
I don't
met.
know. My name is Sam Roberts.
And I'm an alcoholic. It feels like there was an end to
But
that.
no, you're Jimmy Carr, correct?
Yes.
Okay, well, now we've met.
There's posters everywhere. You know who I am. I don't want to be a dick about this, but come on.
Chris, how are you feeling? Your whole special on depression. Are you feeling better?
Yeah, I mean, it's day by day, right? Overall, I'm doing better. Thanks for throwing that at me out of nowhere.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Chris, I heard you were depressed. Feeling better?
No, but Chris had a big special. People talked about it, so I'm like, yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm doing all right. I would say day to day. You know, I would say 6 days a week I'm doing great. And then the 7th day a week is a living hellscape. But that's
Sure.
a better ratio than I had a few years ago, so that's good.
Okay. That's
How do you
nice.
feel after doing a special like that you have opened yourself up to the point that at random moments anybody like Jim Norton can just say
Yeah, how
without
you doing?
couth?
You know, I mean, you have no idea. Like, it's not even people asking me how I'm doing. It's people will just walk up to me on the street and tell me how they're doing, and
Right.
it's never the happy. It's never happy stories.
It's terrible, right?
It's really flattering that they trust me and that they got something out of my show. But it'll also be people coming up to me going, "Hey, I watched your special, man. I loved it. I spent 3 months last year in a mental hospital and it's like whoa. So it is a little bit of a. You know, it's a little bit of a door that I opened that I didn't quite anticipate what would be on the other
Have you
side.
considered telling people it was just an act? Someone comes up and just goes, yes, that's a one-man show. I'm fine.
Right. Someone else
You
wrote
sound
that.
crazy.
Yeah, I auditioned for the part and I got it.
Yeah,
That was
I was-
none of that was
It was a
mine.
good read.
Yeah. I put myself on tape. But
It
yeah,
really
no,
is amazing, though, as you're trying to tell the people how you're trying to get through what you're trying to get through. Their response is, "I'm going to put my shit on him too."
Yeah, well, you know, I would most of the time it's people who are like that. Thanks for doing that. It spoke to it honestly. It was nice to have someone say something that people come out to me like, "Oh, I made my dad watch it. He gets me more now." I like that. It's just every once in a while someone will go, "Oh, here's the time I tried to do X, Y, and Z," and they get very, very specific, and I'm just like, wow, that's not something I ever needed to know. You know?
How bad do you feel for that dad, though? His dumb son has to come in and go, watch this guy, then you'll understand.
Thanks so much, Jim.
Fuck you, kid.
Thanks so much, Jim. Thank you for the words of support.
No, but
that
you-
started with you being so nice and concerned.
No, but I'm
and
not.
then you being like, watch this idiot.
No, not. It's not.
Dad, you don't know how I feel.
That's
and
what
he
it's
pulls up his Netflix queue.
That's what it's more
it was
about.
it was
This'll
HBO.
show you.
It was HBO.
No,
It was
but it's more. It's not about.
Fuck.
It's about the.
It's even more depressing.
You have to, yeah.
What would be the best movie to show your dad to make him understand? Like Finding
Philadelphia.
Nemo? That's exactly it.
Have you thought about that, Chris? I mean, I know your dad's a pretty sensitive guy. Have you thought about showing Chris Gethard's special to your dad so he could kind of
My
fully
parents
understand?
came and watched it live, and it was so revealing about my parents. It was so revealing about my parents. My mom came up to me after my show. They saw it live. I did it in New York. My mom came up to me. She was crying. She was like, "I can't tell you how happy I am that you finally told me. I can't tell you how happy I am you're still alive. We got through it. Thank you. Like, I'm so glad we got through it together." The only words my dad said after seeing my 90-minute show about my suicidal issues: "Good show, bud."
Oh shit! It's
Good
better
show,
than
bud.
You killed.
Yeah, not even great show, bud. Good show, bud.
Is that how he normally talks to you?
Yeah, we're not the most emotional in our relationship with each other, you know.
I love the
I mean,
affection.
North Jersey dad, right?
Yeah,
like, they're
yeah.
not looking to show any emotion at any time.
Right.
Bud.
I
That's
just
where,
want
that's where we're at, bud. We're buds.
I have a new book coming out in October, and I dedicated it to him, and I gave him a galley copy, like the early press copy, and the dedication says, like, thanks him for my work ethic and everything. I go, Dad, I know we've never said it out loud, but I want you to know I love you. And that's true. My father and I have never exchanged those words. And I gave him a copy of the book, watched him read that in front of me, and he looked up at me and went, thanks for that.
You never.
Sorry, is your father a stand-up?
Because if he isn't, he's killing right now.
Yeah.
He just sounds
Dry
really
wit on
emotionally
that one.
connected.
How about you and your parents? You tell your parents you love them. Are you good with that or no?
My mother died many, many years ago, and I haven't seen my father in like 20 years, maybe.
Oh, okay. So that'd be a no.
So that's no. Yeah.
Oh no, I dream of good show, bud. Jim, for some of us, that's aspirational.
What happened with your dad? How come you haven't seen him in 20 years?
It's families, it's complicated, but
Yeah.
basically after my mother died, the whole thing. I think that happens to a lot of people. Once one of the parents dies, you don't realise they were holding the whole thing together.
Right.
And then when they go, you go, oh right, the rest of us are all terrible, or not terrible. It's
Right.
we don't really get along. They were the kind of the glue of the whole thing.
Right. She wants to believe after I'm gone, everyone will be fine. And you're like, no, this is over after you.
No, we told her that before she went.
You did.
We managed to get that through. Yeah. Don't do this. It's all going to go to shit.
How about you, Joe? Are you good with your parents or no?
No, it's all fucked up.
Really?
Well, come on, this is getting competitive now. Let's hear it.
No, I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
It's all fucked up. Yeah.
You don't talk to him?
No, my mom is great. My dad, he same thing, divorce issues, and then that's when stand-up was like the biggest part of my whole life. Like,
Right.
Yeah. That's what kept me.
So at this moment on this
Sane.
panel,
It's very
Chris
depressing.
Gethard has the best relationship with his father of at this moment so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Distefano?
I get along. My dad is like a friend, but my dad, when I was a kid, Bud.
Yeah.
My dad, he was fucked up because my dad was in jail when I was a kid. So for 5-6 years. So it was a weird relationship.
I think I knew that just looking at you. I think I could tell that like at about 100 yards. I go, yeah. His dad was in prison.
Yeah.
Why was he in prison? Can I ask?
Best place for him.
It was like it was like he was involved in this whole money laundering thing. He was like a
The
guy
mafia.
involved.
You mean the mafia, don't you?
Yeah. Well,
You're
no.
easing us in.
No, I don't think he was in the mafia, but I think he
no.
just went down with people who were involved, And he was like, no, he was telling me they got
I
the wrong
swear
guy.
your
And I'm like,
accent is so much better now. Now that we know the history behind it.
well, no, I'm not a tough.
and I send my dick pics, my dad.
Hey, Vinny, open your mouth.
You wasn't there the first 7 years.
I'm not a tough guy like that, but my dad was I used to go to visit him in fucking jail, legit jail.
I love that he tells you that, no, I'm not connected with the mafia.
What?
But there's a bunch of guys next to me that are, and I just got wrapped up in all
Yeah,
that.
I was in the car.
Yeah, he would always say, Chris, honestly, you'll find out about this legal system. They got the wrong guy, and I'm just going to do my time. And my mom was like, they have 5 years of surveillance footage on you, Tony. What do you mean? She would always yell at him through the glass. She'd be like, stop lying to your son, you piece of shit. The FBI's been watching you for years. He's like, fuck you.
And this is through prison glass, this conversation.
Well, no. It was, we could go.
was Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it was federal. Federal prison is actually not that big of a
Did
deal.
your mother ever throw food and stuff at your father because Janice Rossi went to visit him?
Yeah. Oh, Janet. Yeah.
So you're saying
this shit taking bread and meat out?
Sorry, you said federal prison's not that bad.
Well, compared to, I had a cousin who was he was just like your common bullshit criminal.
Again, obviously.
Yeah. He was just.
Why are you talking to us like we all have people in prison?
Yeah. You guys
So which
never
prison
had
was
to
the cousin
put
in?
Oreos in your butt? What? Which? You got my cousin. My cousin.
you didn't have
It's all
to.
on my father's side. My mother's side is very, good, regular people, educated, and my dad's side is all shit people from the Bronx, New York. So
Okay.
So my cousin who went to state prison, that was bad. He'd come in, he'd have be beaten up, he'd be all fucked up. Where my dad just there was one time where we visited my dad in jail. He wasn't even in a prison outfit. He was just in regular clothes. Not like that, but he was. Then I would know something happened to my dad.
Just some sports shorts and a Wham t-shirt. Regular clothes.
Regular, yeah. A regular everyday guy. Yeah. So it's just there's kind of like rules when you're federal prison. You could just make deals with guards and everything. It's just. Yeah, it's like not. He would say, "This isn't." Maybe he was. Now that I'm telling you, maybe he was just telling me that to like make it sound like
You
so I
think?
wouldn't be afraid. Yeah, it
Just
probably was
figuring
bad
that
for
out
him.
now?
Yeah, because you know what? He did tell me once that he lost God September 21st, 1999, and I don't know what that means.
When were you born?
1984.
Very good.
You never asked him to clarify? What do you mean
No.
when you say you lost God?
No, I never asked him.
Why?
I have the relationship with my dad. I have a very good relationship with my dad, but it's a very secretive. Like I don't tell him. He would if he fucking walked in and I was like, I'm sending dicks to my friends. He would shoot me in the head. Like he would just take out his gun.
This all makes sense now.
Yeah.
This all makes
So that's
sense.
why I have to be. That's why before, and I was like, I just got to wait till my dad dies to really explore anything because I just have to fucking. I don't even know if my dad knows I do comedy. I think he just thinks I think he
does the
thinks I work
audience.
on the docks. I think he thinks I'm in the
Work on the
union.
docks.
I'm fucking Newark, New Jersey.
Go to
Yeah, your dad
Montreal.
thinks you work on the docks. Where's my Wham shirt? I'm gonna go work on the docks. Yeah, that's my boy. I did hard time for that shit. Wham! It's right next to your Bengals team.
Yeah. So my dad. I have a good relationship with my dad.
Do you like? Are you into Wham? You've taken so much shit for the shirt. Is it ironic?
I
or
got to
do
be
you like
100% honest with you. I have no idea who Wham even is.
Oh,
I swear to God. I swear to God.
swear to God you're
I
lying
swear
right
on
now.
Sing Sing Prison. I have no
I don't
fucking
believe
idea
it.
who this is.
Last Christmas, Wake Me Up Before You Go Go. I mean,
Oh,
they're
Wake Me
a
Up Before
very
You Go Go?
important
Yes.
band.
Wake
You're
Me Up
acting like
Before
you
You Go.
get it-
That song I know for sure. But
Isn't
I
George
bought
Michael?
this shirt. I just buy T-shirts.
George
It
Michael,
was
right? He would love your dick pics.
Yeah.
I bought this shirt at the Gap.
Well, you act like you've never done poppers behind a shrub outside a rest area.
No, I also have I have a shirt just like this, a Whitney Houston T-shirt, and I'm a big Whitney Houston fan. I love Whitney Houston.
Cool.
And
Sit in the
ironically, so
bathtub.
does my father. Huge Whitney Houston
Yeah,
guy.
but that doesn't go to your point. Like you bought a Whitney Houston
what the
T-shirt
fuck
because you're a
did
Whitney
that
Houston
just-
fan. That's the opposite
Look,
of your
I
Wham
don't
shirt.
know what this is. I just bought the shirt. I love Whitney Houston. I have that shirt. Hello?
Exactly.
Did that clear it up for you? My dad did time. We're good friends.
That's not how you.
It's the truth. I don't I bought the shirt. I don't know. The guys look funny to me, so I bought it.
Not to sort of pick apart your life, but you also mentioned you were friends with your dad. You're close to him,
I'm
and then
very close to him.
you mentioned he doesn't know you do comedy. Well, I think are you guys just giving each other sort of the eyebrow raise in the house, and you think, well, that's fair enough.
Yeah. Well, no. I
he's
know he
never
knows
attacked me.
he knows I do comedy, but I don't think when he comes to I have to fucking do a different kind of show when he's around, because he gets mad at shit, I mean, he's a fucking convicted felon, so I mean, this guy he's got issues, he never he never hit my mom. That's good. He never hit my mom.
Who said anything about hitting your mom?
Is that?
That's great.
Well, he sounds.
That's like selling a shitty car going, hey, but the AC's cold. It only has 2 wheels, though.
Yeah, never hit my
fuck
mom.
are you talking
I'm saying
about?
that's a good guy,
Yeah.
A lot of his friends used to beat the shit out of their wives, but not my dad. He was the opposite. He was
Right.
just
How did he beat her while he was in jail?
Yeah. I mean, there's ways. I did have an uncle, Bobby, who wasn't my, real uncle, who, was friend, guy.
No, I don't know. I'm not saying you know. This isn't a typical story.
I've told you these stories. I never told you about Bobby Pets.
No, we don't remember
Bobby,
that.
I never told you about Bobby Pets.
I don't
oh my
remember
God,
Bobby
I thought I told you this.
Are you under oath as you tell these stories?
Yeah.
Okay, so Bobby, I can't believe you're turning on this guy, but tell us about Bobby.
Bobby Petz. So Bobby Petz was my uncle, but not my dad's brother. You know, just like a close
You know, in
friend
your
of the family.
father's world, you were considered a fucking snitch, right?
No.
You're on the radio talking about
Which
the mafia.
explains that fucking shirt.
No, I'm not. I'm
What's
not.
that red dot on your forehead?
I'm not. Because all these, and I was able to talk about anybody who's dead. That was my dad's rule. He's like, you want to go out there and do your fucking jokes? Just make sure everybody who you speak about is dead. And
Chris,
Bobby
is your
Petz
dad still with us?
My dad is still with us. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for clearing that up.
My dad's still with us. But yeah, Bobby Petz, he was a guy, he was my father's friend and, you know, my uncle. And when my dad was in jail, Bobby would, you know, come around and like help out with like whatever, fixing shit and, you know, probably bang my mom. I don't fucking know.
Chris, did you look like Bobby?
Yeah, a little bit. I do love animals.
Bobby would listen to George Michael records.
Yeah.
Why'd they call him Bobby Petz? Was that because he liked animals or what he did to her pussy?
Well, no, he was the guy, like, in the neighborhood on my block. He had all different kinds of animals. Like, you know, it started out
A
with
dog and a cat.
No, well, no. He had dogs,
Hey, as long as
cats.
he doesn't have a canary.
Yeah. He had birds.
Yeah, no, I got it.
But then I remember the sickest thing that he had was I was like maybe 13 years old, and he called. My dad wasn't in jail. My dad just wasn't around.
Oh, it's
for
an
whatever.
Uncle 13 story.
Yeah. Maybe it was 12, 13. And he calls. He's like, Chris C., what's up? It's Petz. He goes, you got to come over. I just got a penguin. And I was like, holy shit. So I never forget. Me and my boy Patty Finnegan, we go down.
Patty Finnegan,
Yeah.
this is bullshit.
I swear to God.
You are full of shit.
I swear to
think it's
God.
true?
You read this fucking story somewhere and you're reading it.
I swear to God,
this is-
Pat Finnegan, he's a fireman in Harlem.
What the fuck?
I swear to God.
What do you think,
I swear
Jimmy?
to God, this is true. I have 4 friends named Pat Finnegan. This is
Pat
one of Pat
Finnegan?
Finnegan's.
Are you writing
There
a
should only be
Pogue
one
song?
Pat Finnegan
No.
anywhere.
Dude, I got him on my phone. Pat Finnegan.
Holy
Patty, we call him
fuck.
Patty Fly Balls.
This is.
I swear to God.
And is that based on the photos that he
No,
sends?
it's because when he gets drunk, he backpedals like he's catching a fly ball. So
I see.
that's what we call him Pat. Everybody in the neighborhood, they call him Patty Fly
Okay,
Balls.
land the plane.
neighbor?
Land the
Sorry,
plane.
yeah, okay. So
Shit, this
so
story.
Well, I mean, it's just he had a penguin.
How
And
did he get the penguin?
Well, that's what we never knew anything about Bobby Petz, about how he got these
I
animals.
know a little something
If
about
someone
it.
has a penguin,
I know a
if
little
someone
something.
has a penguin, you already know it was fucking stolen.
Yeah. Well,
Immediately.
Where do you bet
Hold on,
that
where
the
do you-
cra-
You didn't buy that shit at Target.
Where do you put it in the house?
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. So we went over there. Me and Pat went over there, and he had it. It was a basement in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, with, you know, fucking like a bullshit Frigidaire air conditioner and like a fan. And he was like, "Yeah, this is the fucking penguin." He goes, "You know what the best part is? All I gotta do is feed it nuts, and it's good." And I was like, "What? What do you mean you feed it nuts?" He goes, "My guy told me you just feed it nuts and cheese, and it can eat whatever. And I just got to keep the air conditioner on." I'm like, "It's August in New York City in a basement. This is not Antarctic conditions." And the penguin, he used to walk it around on a leash. Like, everybody knew Bobby's at the cops. Nope, the police never fucked with Bobby Petz because he was funny. He wanted to have he had a
He was
zoo.
in the mafia.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe, you know. But I remember, but that was pre 9/11. That stuff.
Thank God.
Oh, yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
God.
Bin Laden, they're the real victims.
No, honestly.
The penguin-loving people of Brooklyn
Jimmy,
are the real victims
honestly,
here.
the best. You can ask anybody who grew up in New York City in the early '90s. The best summer barbecues and
Was the
block
one with the
parties.
penguins.
John Gotti used to throw the best. He was so nice to the kids. I mean, I have a picture. I think he picked me up once, and he was like,
that's beautiful.
Yeah, it was
I got a
fucking
little
great.
teary-eyed.
Yeah. So
Fucking
it's like,
John
you know,
Gotti.
I mean, the mafia. Yeah, they do bad shit, but only if you fuck with them.
But then
I'm
again-
fucking wearing a Wham t-shirt.
No,
I'm having a
that's
good time.
wrong. That's all fucking wrong.
Joe, listen,
You
Joe.
the mafia only fucks with you if you do bad things.
That's
How
not
about
true.
this,
That's
Joe?
so fucking
no, it's
wrong.
not. My uncle, my aunt's husband got murdered by the mob. What happens? And listen to me, Joe.
What did they do?
For 20 years, they never found out who did it because you're not going to find this guy.
No.
For 20 years, my aunt, because she had, they killed her, her husband and the son too, his son. So they both got whacked. but not my aunt's son. And they didn't kill her, even though they knew she was there. They didn't kill her.
You know
And
why? Because she was nice to us. and that's what I'm getting at. You don't do anything to us, we don't do anything to you.
Yeah.
But the fucking
sorry, they
asshole
didn't
with the
kill-
penguin.
They didn't kill my aunt.
Come on!
They basically...
So they killed the father and the son, but they didn't
kill my aunt, even though they knew she was there, right? This is all like alleged, because nobody, I mean, we know he's dead, you know, but, but him and his son are dead, but my aunt was there, nothing happened.
Okay.
For 20 years, every month, somebody would drop off a bag of cash behind one of my aunt's plants in her house on Staten Island.
They killed her husband. They're not nice guys.
Yeah,
And that's
but
called,
maybe he
and
fucking
that's
did-
called hush money.
No, but it's the other. But
I
it's
got a
it's about
question.
respect. But I don't know what my uncle
I mean,
did.
it's-
Maybe
I
my
mean,
uncle fucking
Hey,
talked. You can't
I'm
do that.
100% on your side on this.
I appreciate that, Jimmy.
I think
Hey,
if
Chris?
someone murders a family member, I mean, I'm not saying the money makes up for it, but it takes the edge off.
Yeah. It sure
It's
does.
like, yeah,
I don't know,
they're still dead, but that's still $500. I'm going to do something.
I was a little kid. I mean, you know, my dad told me this is what happens.
Chris
I
Gethard,
wonder what
think you
happened
have
to
a
the
question?
penguins.
I just
family.
wanted to know. I just wanted to know. Did Bobby Petts know that you do comedy?
No, Bobby Petts is dead. Bobby Petts died. Bobby Petts died. I
sad.
want to say 2006, 2007. He
Who,
went
who
out.
killed him, Peter?
No, I think Bobby. He probably died of you know heart. All those guys, they heart attack, strokes.
It
or-
sounds like, and I don't want to ruin any sort of childhood memories for you, but it sounds like he was definitely molesting children in the neighbourhood.
yeah.
You know, the guy with all the animals inviting the kids to the basement?
Yeah, to pet the penguin.
It sounds like maybe you weren't the most attractive of children and maybe nothing happened
I'll
to
give you that. I was a fucking weird-looking kid. I'll give you that.
What happened to the penguin?
The penguin. I mean,
Pass it- wait,
A
what was its
penguin
fate?
lives on.
well,
It just
no.
walks around the Bronx.
Pets. What?
Someone brings him a little bag of money once a month.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
what
I
happened
don't
to
know.
the penguin? It died?
No, probably. He died. Bobby
definitely.
moved to. All these guys move around. He was like living in upstate New York, then New Jersey. So you just like lose track. You know, not that I lose track of him, but like, you know, the penguin, something happened to it. Either it died or gave it away. Something. He would always
I
have
think we
new
probably
cycling
could
in new
together.
pets.
We could have probably all put together something happened.
But
It's quite
again,
a broad end to that story. Something happened
I
to the
don't
penguin.
want you guys to think that like I'm not. I don't really.
But you-
Besides my father, I don't know really anything about the mafia. I don't even think
What
he's
about
in
your
the
uncle?
mafia.
You're the only guy I know that says something. Someone got murdered, and then you only say something happened. Like that's it.
But because I don't know what happened. I was 5 years old. You know, I don't know. I've never seen a dead body. I've never seen anyone get murdered. I've seen people be beaten up, but I've never seen like all that stuff was shielded from me. Besides when my dad was in prison, and my uncle got killed. But everything else was shielded from me. But the rest of it was shielded.
I can't believe I have
Can
the
you
best
hear
relationship
yourself?
with my dad.
I do hear myself a little bit now. Yeah.
My dad
It
is
doesn't sound
so
great.
great. I appreciate my dad
Yeah.
so much more.
So
right
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
so much more
Yeah.
right now.
Good show, bud.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Good show.
good show, bud.
Yeah, wow, it really could be worse, couldn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
But you and your dad get along, though. It's not like you don't
Great.
get
That's
along.
what I'm saying. Like I can't.
They don't even talk.
Him and his
No, we
dad
talk
here.
every day. I wouldn't trade.
don't
My
know
dad.
why-
My dad's watching my 3-year-old daughter right now.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's a
perfect.
fucking great grandpa. He's out of that life. I think. I mean, he's 72. He's 72 years old. I don't think he's fucking doing mob stuff with my 3-year-old kid.
Yeah, he's
Maybe
doing
I should
mob
probably
stuff.
call him. Maybe he is.
Yeah. He doesn't have God anymore.
No, well, yeah, he doesn't have God, and he's got, you know, he's been married to my stepmom for at least 25 years, and she, you know, it's a whole different, and they bonded because her brother was also killed. So it's all, I swear to God.
Where did they meet? Coffin shopping?
Yeah. No, yeah. So I was protected from it all, and that's why I do comedy with fucking Wham shirts on now, sending my dick out. I went the other way.
Yeah. You just want to be just like a fun, like, I have no care in the world. Like, oh, I don't
Yeah.
know anything about this guy.
Yeah.
And you're not.
No. I know, I'm not. Well, the funniest thing was I had a pilot, a sitcom pilot that didn't get picked up, and Chaz Palminteri played my dad. And when Chaz Palminteri met my father, they already knew each other. Like Chaz, so it was like Chaz, like he didn't remember. Chaz was like, "I'm trying to place your father," and my dad's like, "1968 Bronx." Tremont Avenue. He goes, "That's it. How you doing?" You know, and they sat down and talked, and like I got pushed out. Like I was like, "Oh, this is great." Like, you know, I'm the actor. It's my fucking show. And Chaz and my dad were telling me what I need to do with my show, and then it didn't get picked up. So fuck you, Dad. But yeah, it was so these guys know each other. Mike Distefano, the great late Mike Distefano.
yeah,
my
man.
father had known his family from. I don't know that they were friends.
Well, you
but-
guys have the same spelling to your name because everyone calls you Chris Distefano.
Well, people still call me Mike Distefano.
Right.
I get brought up like that. I'm like, ooh.
No,
and then they get they go like, oh, let down. He was D-E-S and I was D-I-S. I'm D-I-S.
Oh, okay.
So, but they all knew each other in the Bronx. It's like a community there. They all know everybody.
It's like a community.
Yeah.
That's
But
the name
ma-
of the show. It's like a community.
Yeah. My father told me, like, the mafia really doesn't really exist too much in the U.S. because of RICO Act and Giuliani, whatever, you know. But
Fuck 'em, right?
Fuck 'em. Yeah. But Montreal, the mafia in Montreal is still very much
Let's
alive
not
and
talk
well.
about it. Let's not talk
Yeah.
about it. then.
Well, no.
Let's not bring it up here,
My
stupid.
dad doesn't
Yeah,
have
let's
any
not-
inside info on it, but he just told me, he's like, the Montreal mafia, they still exist.
All right. Well, I prefer
But
not to tackle that issue.
I don't
on
want
this
to.
show.
I don't
In
even
this
know.
room.
I don't even know where to look for it. You know, I wouldn't know where to look. I mean, I guess I know.
You
where
don't look for the
construction.
mafia.
They find
it
you.
looks for you.
Wait, Joe, you didn't think that his description of the mafia was accurate before? That they only bother you if you bother them?
Yeah.
You didn't think that was accurate?
No.
I'm telling you it is, Joe. I'm telling you it is. Here's the thing: if you a true mafia guy would never fuck with you unless you fuck with them. Now you have a lot of wannabes. Now the wannabes, they will do something to prove a point. They'll stab you and do something, but then they'll be taken care of. You know,
but
by,
I just want to get
by-
into it.
Yeah, by their people. But the real mafia guy, unless you fucked with them, they will never fuck with you.
We got about.